live from Ohio, Pittsburgh, and Charlotte, North Carolina. We give you the Techigy podcast for October. This podcast, we focus on technology like retro gaming, 3D printers, all kinds of fun things, and all kinds of crazy topics that we get a little carried away with sometimes. Did we say that? So with all that being said, welcome to our October podcast. As Al Bundy would say, let's rock. So, JC, I know that you have a few things that you want to chat about with some of the cool stuff that you did last month. You went some shows, didn't you guys?
I didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it is true.
I was
we went
sick.
to a couple of shows.
I do want to say that I appreciate that you called out Pittsburgh and Charlotte, but for me, it was just Ohio.
Oh,
Ohio. No, I get it. It's Ohio. It's like, okay, Ohio. Like, it doesn't matter.
Ohio.
Ohio.
It doesn't
We
matter.
can go back and re-record. We can go back.
Ohio's like
You had
all
to
one
do
big
that
happy
before.
family. So
Yeah.
No, I
had
just
to do that before.
It's funny because when I'm on like Instagram and stuff, and I see like funny pictures, people always say, "Oh, that's probably in Ohio." it's like a desert.
At least it's not Iowa. Come on.
That's true. Hey, Ohio's got all the retro gaming and computing stuff.
It does. It
Sure
does
do.
seem to have that. All the conventions seem to be there.
I don't even know.
yeah, they got like what they have at least 3, no 4.
There's a couple we don't even normally go to, like the arcade and pinball show that was just a couple weeks ago.
And there's that. Hey, John, there's that new one. What was it called? Final
Final
Boss.
Boss. Yeah.
There was the Coco one too.
In Springfield just last weekend.
Springfield, right?
Yep.
See, we had to say the whole state. There's not much going on in North Carolina.
You had the remnants of a hurricane.
We did. We our power blinked a few times. So I stocked up on pizza and beer. I was all set. It's yeah,
Nice.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It was what
Yeah.
it was. Got a few branches down, but it went better than the Brewers season this year.
Very nice.
I'll bet better than Pirates season for sure.
Did they have a season? I thought
No,
they were done in April.
they didn't
Yeah,
even
they
play.
pretty much were. Yep.
They took the field during the first home game on opening day and just said, "Nah, guys, we're done." Just laid their bats down and walked out.
Weren't they done like 20 years ago?
Yeah, last time they were relevant was when the Braves beat them because of an error and went to the World Series. Wasn't that their last best season? There was something where the Braves.
That was 92. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had a little run there in 2013, 14, and 15, but that I don't even count that as playoffs because they were in the wild card game.
Yeah, it's not worked out well for the Brewers all these years, the wild card game. So at least I don't have that disappointment. But it is hockey season next week. That's important.
Yeah.
Hockey season. The Penguins.
Yeah, hockey season's coming up. So, the baseball playoffs are coming up too. So,
Yeah, the Guardians.
Cleveland's in.
They're in wild card.
Still. No, didn't they win the division?
I thought they won the division.
That's right.
They won the division, didn't they?
You're right. Yes.
Yeah, because the closest team to them was the White Sox, and they were like pretty far back.
Sorry, the Blue Jays are the wild card game.
Yeah, Blue Jays, Tampa, and
Seattle.
All right. So who's everybody's pick to win the World Series? Let's get that out of the way.
It's either Braves or Los Angeles. But it can't be.
Yeah,
it's got to be one of the two of them though, because they're on the same.
Yeah, I don't as much as I think the Yankees have a good team. I don't think they have a solid enough team to go all the way.
I hate the Astros, so
I'm not much
I hate
on
the
the
Yankees
Astros
as well. I hate both those teams. So
I hate the Yankees, but I was happy to see Judge actually go ahead of Maris because he actually did it without the steroids. All those other guys hate it.
Maybe, and it's a hot take here, but I don't have a problem with the steroids. I don't have a problem with them. I mean, what's so what? You took some steroids. It makes the game fun. Everybody's hitting balls out of the park every day. Now it's like nobody. It's like rare. Do some steroids.
Unless your name is Judge. Unless your name is Judge.
Sure. Or Otani or
Tony.
or Pujol.
Well,
At least that guy's finally retiring. I'm sick of him.
I just hate when there's a human Barry Bonds bobblehead. That's what it's Barry Bonds bobblehead. Because his head is like 6 times what it was when he was a Pirate.
Well, yeah.
Well, take a look at his rookie card compared to his.
Oh my God, he's a scrawny 175.
Yeah,
if that. But anyway,
so we're not
get off topic here.
We're totally off topic. But the Penguin season does start next week.
Yeah, Penguins and everybody else. It's Lemieux's birthday today. He's 57. Him and Patrick Waugh.
I saw that.
57.
We'll have to talk about our favorite hockey video cartridge.
That's a good idea.
You know what? I like that. Well, mine's easy. Mine's real easy. NHL for the original NHL hockey for the Sega Genesis.
That's me too. Yeah. I played that for months.
Hours. We played it for forever. Our goal was to see how many fights we could start with Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
He was one punch. You go in the corner, boom, drop.
Did the C64 have any hockey games?
Yeah.
Probably Blades of Steel, I would think.
Probably multiple, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I just don't remember. I know they had a lot of good baseball games.
They did.
Superstar,
Hardball.
Blades of Steel was on there.
Blades of Steel makes sense.
Face Off, Power Play, Hat Trick, Superstar Ice.
Yeah.
So they had a few. The other game I was not aware of back in the day that I've actually, now that I've been retro collecting, I get a kick out of is Hit the Ice. I didn't realize that game. I mean, Blades of Steel when the NES came out, I played the heck out of Blades of Steel. Yeah, Blades of Steel, shing. You know that was an awesome game. That was a lot of fun. But Hit the Ice on the TurboGrafx 16,
pretty cool game.
Is an absolutely cool game. I mean, I've gone back and I've collected it now for the other systems it was out for. But that was just a fun game if you want to. You know, it wasn't as realistic as
very arcade. Yeah, it's very much
Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel. Yeah. But no, I mean, the original NHL hockey for the Genesis was the best, but there was an NHL hockey before that. In television, NHL was actually their hockey game. It actually says NHL hockey. So. Wow. So the original wasn't on the Genesis, as I thought. So
the ColecoVision. I mean the Intellivision.
Yeah, the ColecoVision doesn't have a hockey game.
Yeah, we're still waiting. We're still waiting
for the Men Without Pants to come out with one or somebody.
Yeah, somebody. We need somebody to do it.
I'm gonna have to do it myself, John. It's gonna happen.
There you go.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Hey, if you start developing a game, we can have you on for an interview.
There you go.
Yeah, I could 3D print my own cartridge.
There you go.
Oh man,
good to go.
Well, speaking of Intellivision, I see CollectorVision came out with a new game for the Intellivision.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did they?
Yeah. Mancala?
The board game.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
You know, sad part is when I see board game, I think of BORED.
Yeah, Bored.
Bored. No, I always think it's bored.
I don't know how the only board game I better be careful here. I don't want to say this is true, but I really liked what was the 3D chess for Windows. If you like back in the 90s where like the statues would actually turn and like
not Archon, was it? Not Archon. Was it Archon?
I think it was just called 3D chess, wasn't it?
There was one called Archon that was a lot of fun. Battle chess.
Chess. That's it. I believe it was
Battle chess.
Battle chess was good.
It was on the 3DO too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I played it on PC.
That Mancala is $65.
Mancala sounds like a good ROM for next year's club.
Well, this one's for Intellivision unless they port it over.
No, they do the club. The club they do actually give you the ROMs for Intellivision.
Oh, do they?
Yes, they do.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah, they do. They do. I asked at one point because when they were trying to get up to 300 people last year, I said, "Hey, can you guys throw the Intellivision games in?" And JF was like, "That's a great idea. We're not going to do a club anymore because they only did the club the first year, and it didn't do very well for the Intellivision." So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I bought one. I bought one of their Intellivision games. I bought Gorf, and it actually is really good. It uses the
Gorf.
voice. It uses the voice thing and everything.
Yeah.
So
Did you say Gorf or Gore?
Gorf,
Okay.
Gorf.
Gorf.
I was missing some kind of violent.
No.
Hey, Mike, did we get our ROMs already for the?
Yeah, you got
remember.
those back in January.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a while. This year took them a little while to get the club. Now we can't talk about due to you know
Yeah,
due
gotcha.
to the Fight Club rules. But if
Yeah.
you're not a member of the Collector Vision Experience Club, I highly recommend that you get in next year. There'll be three. They're already saying there'll be 3 games and another magazine. This year's games were very surprising. I still think last year's games were a little bit more fun, more ones I would play, but this year's were actually decent. They were all 2 of them were surprises. One of them is a ROM that they found on a disc that somebody had passed away, and that one, Star Strike. Everybody knew that one. Everybody knew about.
Yeah.
So if you want to try that game, that ROM is freely available.
Was it Starfire or Star Strike?
The Star, what was it?
I thought it was Starfire.
Might have been Star. It's Starfire. You're right.
Yeah. We can talk about that one because
We
everybody
can
knows
absolutely talk about that one. It didn't feel finished to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy they brought it out. That gentleman he made some great games. Chris Orletsky. I can't remember what his name was that did it, but his family sold all his assets once he passed a few years back, and they've been cataloging it all, and they finally found some of these unreleased games that he did back in the day, and there's really no story on this one, unfortunately, other than it was Blast was the name inside the code, they said. So it was interesting. Chris Oberth, Oberth was the author.
Well,
Starfire.
Well, like we talked off camera, Mike. Any games are good games when you're talking about 40-year-old systems. So.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next year. Next year is the 40th anniversary of the video game crash of '83.
Yeah.
So, jokingly, I think they're going to have ET landfill edition.
They should make a they should make a game market crash simulator.
They could.
That would be really.
Well, there's going to be 3 games, so.
Do you remember a few months ago when we were at Korg's and I got that Korg's simulator that simulated the convention? Do something like that, but have it be like at an office of a game development company where everybody's like panicking and stuff. No, you know what? Everybody, this is my idea. I'm calling it right now. I'm going to make it.
You could.
I'm going to make it.
You could start it off and put it in make a time machine where you go back in the beginning, start off in Fedora Man's museum and go back in time to the video game crash.
That would be the crossover possibilities here.
Yeah.
You could have a landfill out in New Mexico.
You could start at the Fedora gallery. You could go to the landfill. You could go to Atari and be on that airplane.
Do you guys remember Mario in Time?
Yeah.
It was a very odd Mario game. It actually came out on the PC, I believe, too, which made it even weirder. But it was a game where Mario was it was called Mario's Missing. And you go through portals that take you you go through the pipes, but instead of going to new worlds, it takes you back to different parts of history to try to find Mario. It should be something like that. but with the video game crash.
So
We should run that by one of our developers.
I don't.
I don't think so.
No, we're just gonna make it.
Yeah, we could just make it. There's books out there.
There's a piece of software out there that you can get that has sprites and stuff, and it's usually people make it to use it to build like 8-bit RPGs. But something like this, oh man, if I have a year, we can make it happen easily.
Hit up Tony Cruz over in Australia, man. He might do something like that.
I'm gonna hit up Ted Cruz instead.
Ted Cruz.
We'll get teleported to the Butter Museum. Anyways, get off that topic real quick.
Yeah. No. So, what else? You guys went to the show in Cleveland.
Yeah, I can talk about that if you like.
Let's do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to talk about the Cleveland Gaming Classic, which was held in Cleveland, Ohio on September 29th.
Where was it held?
It was Ohio.
Well, I misspoke. It was held in Ohio, is what I meant to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
Anyway, I attended and MC attended, and John was supposed to attend, but he got sick, and unfortunately, he had to.
I was in baby mode
bail on us,
but he missed one.
He was stuck in a portal.
Now, it was held at a new location this year. It was the IX Center, and it's a huge exposition center is what it's called. And it was really well laid out, and they had their act together as far as getting through the lines and things of that nature. The thing that I think the biggest thing that we encountered that Mike and I didn't like was there were a lot of there weren't as many video games as we would have liked.
There was more toys.
There were more like board games and toys, and I know it's kind of billed as a retro gaming, but when you think of retro gaming, you're at least in my eyes, and I think in Mike's eyes too, is you're thinking more video games than you are any of the other stuff.
Yes.
So we were a little bit disappointed with that, but all in all, I mean, the place was huge. There were tons of things to see. I feel like you got your money's worth. They had really cool T-shirts this year that they were
right here
giving. There you go, right there. Mike's advertising for us. So
that's such a cool T-shirt because it's got those are iconic Cleveland buildings and stuff in the background.
Yeah, no, it was good.
The bridge, the locks for the bridge that go up under the rivers.
Yeah, then they put all the characters in between them, like Pac-Man and Space Invaders.
Although there's no mountains
down here.
There's no mountains like that in Cleveland.
Well, but there's Donkey Kong.
They should have put some fire on the water too. They
could have put a couple of Indians on there. Oh, wait a minute, Guardians. Sorry.
Guardians, yeah. I'm surprised that's one of the Guardian statues isn't on there.
But I would have to say that the IX Center they put on a really good.
That was good. They did a good job.
Yeah, they did a really nice job. So
yeah, it got a little hot after a while, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to share some photos from that day. So just kind of bear with me here. So these are just random photos I took. This is the history of the whole classic. Since I'm not even sure how long it's been. I guess it's been 10 years now. Or no, wait, when is it?
Well, 10 years.
It's been 10 years. Okay.
It started off as the Tecmo Bowl, where they were just playing one game, and it was like a competition.
Yeah. And then this was just the map of the well, when Mike and I first got there, we walked in and they had the upper floor was like all laid out, and we're like, is this it, Mike? Is there we thought we were like, because it was like all like crafts and food, and then we talked to one of the attendants there, and he's like, no, you got to go down the escalator. That's where all the good stuff is. So this was basically the upper part here, and then this was the downstairs. So, but yeah, really, really well laid out there. So, and these are, like I said, these are just some random photos as we were walking around. They had some kind of miniature. I don't know if they're miniature. I think those are those might be the
one-ups. They're the one-up.
One-ups or the iCade. Is it iCade or iArcade? I can't remember which one it is.
iArcade.
They had several of those around. Yeah, it might
those
be.
are cool looking.
Yeah, it's this company here. Whatever. I guess it's called Arcade. Yeah.
So they're not the one-ups then, are they?
No, they're the arcades. Yeah.
They look a little nicer than the one-ups.
Yeah, they had those all strategically placed around. There's some characters here, some cosplay folks. This guy was at the
Is he
at the one we were at, John?
Yeah, that's the picture. That guy that put me in the headlock.
Yeah.
Is that the guy? Is he dressed like Elmer Fudd from the Bugs Bunny cartoon?
His name's Torgsman, I believe.
But isn't that I'm talking about the barber in Seville?
Yeah, I don't know, but he was when I took that picture with him at Korg's in Columbus a few months back. Oh God, that was more than a few months back. That was in May. He was all excited about it. He seemed pretty nice.
Yeah, he was there again.
Yeah. Well, Torg's there. That's why.
And they were selling merchandise, T-shirts and
wait, you guys didn't give me a sword?
Nope.
What?
Or LED cups? What?
Well, you had to buy them.
Yeah.
No, I would have given you the money.
Well, hey, you were sick and high on drugs. I didn't know what the hell was going on with you. Anyway, here's some.
He could have used a sword.
Hey,
there's a ColecoVision right there.
That's Sega Dream. Somebody should have grabbed that Sega Dreamcast right there.
That's the guy I bought the Odyssey off of, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that is.
That's that Sports Edition Dreamcast. Somebody should have grabbed that.
I don't know.
You got that TG16 there. Looks pretty sweet.
No, that's the guy I bought the Odyssey.
At the back. Wow, he wants $225 for that.
Yeah,
I see Pokemon cards.
Anyway,
just that back piece is worth like $50 on that TG16.
And this was one of the game developers. They were showing their new games, Rust Bit Studios.
Yeah, they had like 10 of them there.
Yeah, they had a lot of them there.
Wow.
And then this one is what's the name of theirs? I forget the name.
Gerba?
I think that's the name of the name of the game.
Oh, Gerbil.
Gerbil, yeah.
Gerbil.
But I don't know the name of the. Yeah, and then there's a little Nemo. And that was the name of the game. They had it set up on one of these little tabletop ones.
You remember last year when we went in the place that was in like that little banquet hall?
Yeah, they had a bunch there too.
Yeah, but those guys were there, remember? But they didn't have. They were just starting development on this game, I think.
Yeah, they were there. Retro Existential, they were there last time too. This is their retro museum. I don't know if I can zoom in a little bit if you want me.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, this guy does a lot of contests and giveaway. I follow him on.
Yeah, he's the one that had. Remember, he had the purple jacket on, John, and he was.
Yeah. He does a video series too, and I think he tries to get people on, and he does giveaways and contests and stuff. Yeah,
this is a cool. That's a cool light there, though.
Oh no,
the Xbox 360.
I think I even said to MC when somebody showed me his picture, John. I think it was you when he came back to my house. I said, "Why didn't somebody grab that?"
Here's the things I sent the Atari pay stubs.
Yeah.
From the video game Crash. Not to dwell on that, but
that's next year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some other random stuff they have posted. There's some neat little. They have this one here. I think this is an Atari. I don't know what the heck that is. It's I can't make out the name of that there, but it says Atari. Some kind of a laptop or
a Bear
portfolio collection is what it says. I don't know what that. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, what is that? That's
I
weird.
don't. Oh, look, there's a blood glucose monitor. It's a Bayer Digit DS game blood glucose monitor.
Does it
What
play
the
Pac-Man?
hell? Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that before.
Kids have diabetes too, so
Anyway, there he is. There's our man. E-Man. I tried to lean over and get a shot of his pants, but anyway.
Yeah, I would hate to have explained why you were trying to do that.
Yeah. Hey, he was giving away free mugs. I got a free mug.
Yeah, you got a free mug.
I didn't get a free mug.
You had to buy something.
You had to buy Crazy
I
Climber.
joined the club.
Yeah, you joined the club.
You had to buy a Crazy Climber. He was giving them away.
But John, didn't you already buy Crazy Climber?
No, I bought Chicky. I bought Chicky.
Chicky
Jr., Crazy Chicky Jr. The reverse Pac-Man one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that one last time, and then I bought Crazy Climber this time.
I feel like we've talked to this guy before.
Well, I think we may have even had him on the show, maybe.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, some pinball. There's a free play pinball section there. And what is this? Then you meet the legends, David Cruz and John Salter, Guardians of the Grid. I don't know. You guys know anything about this? I don't know.
It has something to do with grids.
I guess these were the games they created, or I don't know. It's Joust and Tron and Armor Tank. And
these guys have like high scores or something. I don't know.
I just took photos, and there was a T-shirt.
Hey,
wait a minute. This is not a beer gut. Got to zoom in on that. What does that say underneath there?
It's a protective covering for my rock hard abs.
There you go. I need one of those.
Hey, John, look at this one.
Yeah,
I should have bought that one.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
And they have one for the Browns too.
They have a Guardians one more down. One more. Nope, right where you were at the Browns, right there.
Right here?
It's got the Guardians thing on.
That one?
The crown. The crown with the wings.
With the wings. What are we talking about? Oh, here, yeah.
Yeah, right under the Browns. Yeah, that's the Guardians.
Well, what's this one?
Indians.
Oh, okay.
Then,
they had some neat shirts.
Look at this furry girl's feet over here.
I know. I should have cropped some of these out, but I didn't. I was lazy. And they got just some older systems here.
Some nice yellow controllers there.
Yeah. So, and this is another game developer, I believe, Top Level Gaming. I think they're another game developer. I believe that's who they are. And then, hey, look at that, Mike. Is that a good price, Mike? $120.
Not necessarily.
That's for the portable.
That's the handheld, yeah.
And then they wanted $130 for the.
That's about right for the second one,
but not for that one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, there's a new one coming out. That may be why it's worth a little more.
Do you have this one?
Yeah, I've got everything. I have the one on pre-order, the black version of the new the new portable one. I forget all the features, but it has a bunch of Capcom games built in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Looks like a nice system. Just taking some random shots. It's the Social Gaming Lounge. They were selling a bunch of like jewelry and stuffed animals, and there's Mike digging through. He's looking for his. What were you looking for, Mike? There.
I think them were the Coleco ones I was looking for.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Hey, John, that's the same guy you bought the television.
Oh, wait a minute.
From.
No, there were some Odyssey 2s there I was looking at.
Yeah.
You remember him, John?
Yeah, it was the guy who was at the table that was like,
No, you know what? He gives me the best deals. I went to 2 different conferences. He gave me the lowest prices.
Hey, Mike, you were looking for the Odyssey. Mike, you were looking at the
Odyssey games there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at there.
Yeah.
No, he gave me a good price. In fact, he gave me he had the manuals to sell with some of them too.
You know who had a lot of Intellivision stuff was Millie had a ton, John. You did, and I know there's one that you needed.
Well, you saw I have those 3 bags full of Intellivision games in my basement. I haven't even gone through, and that was a year ago.
There's some some
Star Wars.
Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, that 501st Legion do a lot of stuff around the Cleveland area here, and also there's a Star Trek one. I'm surprised you guys didn't see them.
They come to the Pittsburgh stuff too. They have a group of guys there, right there. Them guys.
Yeah. Okay.
And Darth Vader and Obi-Wan or something.
I don't know what that is. That's Deadpool.
Deadpool car.
Deadpool, yeah.
Is that a
Deadpool.
challenge, or is that an Avenger, or is that what is that? It's a Dodge.
What?
Avenger? Is that an Avenger?
Yeah, it looked like a Dodge
Challenger,
Charger, something. I don't know.
Charger, yeah, maybe.
I mean, they had cosplay big there, so they had a lot of people dressed up.
This is the Midwest R2 Builders Club. You can they teach you how to build your own R2D2. That actually was they were controlling that. He was bebopping around.
Do you guys ever see the ones? I think it was Budweiser released that they were coolers that looked like R2D2 and the cans went down on the top when you lifted up the head.
Oh, really?
I see those on eBay every once in a while and I want to get one.
Not sure what that was. See, there was a lot of this kind of stuff.
Well, a lot of board games and
like all this kind of stuff, and then I
collectibles.
I was way too much of this.
There's a Friday the 13th Jason mask, something right there.
I didn't mind that they had all this. I just wanted more video game stuff.
Like
there's some 3D printed stuff, Mike. There was people there with 3D printers. Yeah, I like these eggs. These eggs were kind of cool. Mystery Dragon inside. Yeah. So some 3D stuff, more 3D stuff here. It's pretty detailed. They had some nice swords, or I guess, or maybe knives, I guess. I don't know. What's that?
That looks like a dagger?
Yeah, that's what that looks like. Yeah, there's a little.
It even has a sheath. You put it in.
It has a sheath. Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. They had some cool 3D stuff there.
Not going to say what I thought those other things were.
Yeah, don't say. And then I don't know what this is like. Is that needlepoint? I don't know if is that needlepoint.
Yeah, I think so.
Or something like that. I don't know how, but maybe it's not needlepoint. I don't know what it's called, but they had that there. And there's Mike waiting he put his ticket in the raffle thing, and he's ready to go, ready to win something. Ghostbusters was on.
Put Mike's head in the Slimer.
What?
You should have had Mike put his head inside the Slimer on the next picture.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? They had signs up: "Do not touch."
Yeah, we weren't.
Well, if you can put your head and not touch it.
Mike has a big head.
True.
Easy.
Just kidding, Mike. Just kidding, Mike.
I know.
I have
there's
Mario.
Some more stuff there,
I think I have that Pikachu as well.
Pikachu. This was Tim, what's his name? Kitzrow. He's the voice of NBA Jam and something else.
That's Blitz, wasn't it? It was Blitz something. Blitz 99? NFL Blitz?
It's NBA Jam, and I don't know what the other one was.
I'm guessing it's Blitz because there's a Blitz arcade right there on the left.
Well, let's see. Wait here. Voice of
on the table there.
Yeah,
NFL Blitz, NHL Hits, NBA Slug. Yeah, okay. So all these, and then for pinball too. So, but he was signing shit there.
Signing cartridges.
And you know what? We saw our buddy there, Warren Davis, John.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's cool.
This guy was neat. He has 2,600 cartridge labels. They look nice. I mean, they were some really nice labels. But all he had was he didn't have any other systems, just 2,600.
Hopefully, I could buy labels off them some other time for some of my bad cartridges.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't even get the name of them. I didn't catch a picture of the.
Are those the okay? The top ones. I was gonna say those look like nice labels, but those look like reprints.
Which up top here?
The top is the reprint labels they have right there.
Yeah,
Blade Runner.
but they were nice. I picked up a couple. I mean, I picked them up to kind of feel them, you know. And I think he had this. This was his booth too. He had a bunch of Atari stuff, and then there was some Coleco, a lot of Coleco, just commons, really. Nothing out of the ordinary. There's our buddy Ryan Berger, who John, you know, no comment.
I think we talked to him a couple times, or maybe once too.
Yeah.
Got a fanny pack.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. They had a little backdrop there.
Nice sign.
Yeah,
I got to send you those, Mike.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
you know, it's funny. I'm more disappointed that I wasn't there to get a picture with this backdrop than I am with out of anything else.
We can Photoshop you in or something if you want. Then this is all I got. I got a t-shirt, I got Gyrus, Novo Blast, Crazy Climber, a mug, and Ryan Berger was giving out these they're called one up. It's a one up card. It's for cleaning cartridges. He was giving them away.
Pretty good. I used it.
Yeah.
So.
Other than that, like I said, it was well put together. I would definitely go back to it if they hold it there again.
Hey, I thought it was the best one I was at for a while. I mean,
so it was pretty good. So cannot complain about that. So thumbs up to.
You want me to show what I bought there?
Thumbs up to IX Center for putting that on. So anyway, back to you guys.
Here, why don't I show the couple things I bought there?
Yeah, you guys went to the Pittsburgh one too.
Yeah, well, I can show what I got there too.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, if I pick the right screen.
Well, I didn't know we were going to talk about that, or else I would have downloaded my pictures. I thought we were just going to do the one, but
I'm thinking this is the right screen.
I think MC put under his agenda that he was going to do the Pittsburgh one, right?
What's that?
Well, I don't have any pictures other than what I bought, so
that's okay. You can just talk about it briefly.
Yeah, but
I could show them off my iPhone if you want.
Wait, John, just log into your iCloud on your computer and go to your photos. You can pull them up.
Can I not just
You could share them from your phone, but why not just go to the browser on your computer?
I don't know.
That's what I always do when I share photos. Anyways, go ahead, MC.
Which screen am I sharing? Am I sharing the right screen?
You're showing your pictures.
Okay, that's what I wanted to show. All right, now this is what I got at Cleveland's show. I bought the Odyssey 2. I think it was like $45. I can't remember what the cartridges were, but I don't think I really paid over. I think I paid like $7 or $5 for most of these Odyssey 2s. This was what we got, John, when you ordered that for me. Yeah. So that actually wasn't from the Cleveland show, but they had a bunch of them there. This is the Atari I bought there. I think I paid, what was it, $40 for this. Came with all that. And then I ended up picking up some ColecoVision cartridges.
You know what's crazy is on your Odyssey is I cannot figure out what they did on the runs on those. Is you notice you got the name badge up in the corner where it says Odyssey 2. On some of them, it was actually just painted on. If you go look at the pictures, it's a little bit different logo, but I cannot figure out. It doesn't have to do with the joysticks because my ones with black controllers, it's painted on. It's kind of crazy. When I was looking at your picture.
Well, there's some of these that actually you can plug the joysticks in, whereas most of them the wire's hardwired.
So silver joysticks, yeah, that one. Now that's consistent. If it's silver joysticks, they're plugged in.
They're plugged in.
Yeah, they actually got the DB9 plug. These ones right here, the black ones, were always attached to the motherboard.
Right. The one I owned growing up, I actually plugged in the joysticks and they were silver. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's weird as the badge. Like I said, that was the one thing I thought kind of strange on this one is that it was actually a badge versus the logo painted on. I prefer this one, actually.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I bought this one is pretty clean. There was
No, it looks great. It
Yeah.
really looks nice.
And it was $45, which, you know, most people, they don't even want to give it to you for that. You know, everybody seems to want $100 for everything, you know? And that's why this was actually for $50. I talked the guy down to 40.
And you got the box.
And I got, but the box was, both ends are ripped off and it's just bad. So I didn't keep the box. It was so bad. I threw it out.
Oh, you should have framed it.
It was wore out. I mean, it wasn't good at all.
Frame it, man. You're trying to do a game room. You frame it. You put it up on the wall.
If it was in half decent shape, I would have done that, but it wasn't in very good shape. So, but anyway, that's the stuff I got at the Cleveland festival. Now this is the Pittsburgh festival or show that I got this. The NES, and then I bought a bunch of Atari cartridges since I didn't have any. And of course, when I saw the ET one, I figured, what the heck? I mean, it isn't in the best of shape. I mean, it's got these couple spots on it, but I bought it just because it's supposedly the worst game out there. But I guess there are worse games.
Oh, Pac-Man was pretty bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I bought that, and then
I like the Space Invaders.
Showed me it's actually a game with a keypad that goes to it. It's like a space game. So, and all this worked except for the only thing I didn't, the Wizard of War that I bought. These are two for Commodore 64. The one Wizard of War doesn't work. Now, I don't know if I didn't clean it good enough yet or not, but, I
didn't know you were a Wizard of War fan. It's one of my favorite games.
Well, I love just about every game, unfortunately. I'm one of them kind of guys. This was just a closer picture to it. And this was a lot of Atari ones that I took a better picture of so you can see what
I like the Night Driver with the non-text label.
And somehow I was buying so many of these, I somehow picked up two Pac-Mans. So
I don't know if I've seen that. I don't know if I have that Night Driver with
this one here.
Yeah, I think mine's all just text labels.
Yeah, see
that's beautiful.
That's a good label there.
It's a great label. Yes.
This Crawl was really good label too.
Yeah, the label on Night Driver is better than the game.
Yeah, well, I was looking for cartridges with
it's interesting. It's interesting. It's good after a few beers.
I played it. It's just it's just nighttime, just has the road and you follow the road. So I did play it a little bit.
It's literally just driving at night.
It's driving at night. That's exactly
what Driver.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And then I took this picture for you, Mike, because it's Star Trek. So they had that at the Pittsburgh. But that's the only picture I took. John took the rest. So I don't know. Are you able to show any of yours, John?
There's a pink R2D2.
I don't know. I have to
I thought I saw him R2D2 on our 80s singer some of his pictures, the pink R2D2.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think I can do it. I think I can do it off of my phone. Let me see here. Hang on 1 second.
But I was a little disappointed at the Pittsburgh one because just like the other one, they had more board game stuff than they had cartridges, game cartridges again, and that's what these are supposed to be about. So,
hey, real quick, while John works on that, I know I didn't really go anywhere this month, but I did pick up a couple things I want to share real quick. Not really gaming. I talked about this. Megadeth released a new album. It's really good if you're into Megadeth. Pick it up. I picked up Half-Life 2 for the Xbox. One of my favorite games. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance for the Xbox. Arx Fatalis for the Xbox. And this is actually new. I haven't even opened it yet. Well, it's not new. It came out a couple years ago, but it's Torment Tides of Numenera, Day 1 edition for the Xbox One, which is kind of like a Baldur's Gate kind of thing.
What was that last one you showed? Not the last, the one right before the one you just showed.
Dark Alliance?
Yeah, what is that?
It's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Oh, that's Dark Alliance. I know what that is.
It's like Diablo a little bit.
Yeah, no, I've played that before.
Yeah. And Arx Fatalis, which is the Xbox the PC version is supposedly better, but the Xbox version has, I don't know, funnier. It's funnier, I guess, in a way. It's not. It's a dungeon crawler, kind of like Skyrim, but I don't know really how to say it without making it sound bad, because it's not a bad game, but it's one of the earlier at least console games that were like that first person RPG. So it's interesting. It's one of my favorite games. So
Yeah, they were all in good shape too.
oh, they are. Well, I'm trying to collect as many of the original Xbox games now that I can before everybody else gets in the market.
Yeah, before they skyrocket like everything else.
Like I got some pretty good deals on these. I didn't pay more than $15 for any of these, and they all came with game case and manual for all of them. So
You getting them off of eBay or where, John?
oh yeah, I got them off eBay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna try to attempt to do this off of my phone here. So
Yeah, go ahead.
let's see if it works.
No worries.
A plugin is, well, what is this? Install the plugin. I guess I have to install some kind of plugin.
Yeah, it takes like 2 seconds. When I used to share in the club, I'd do that all the time.
Connect to the tap screen. Give me a second here. Let's see. Tap. Okay, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Let me make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi here.
So while he's doing that, if I found something that I found kind of funny.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of Mellow Bites?
Mallow bites, like
like melody bites?
Oh no.
So I put our saying in there, and I thought this sounded pretty cool. So this right here may be a world premiere.
I like it. Let's use it. You'll have to send it to me.
Yeah, somehow we gotta play it better than it's not coming over very well.
Yeah, no, see, I had just enough time to do that, but I was laughing at it because we may actually be on cue with that.
Well, yeah.
So I'll send it over right now.
I'll make it like the intro and the outro.
I was thinking that. It's just so. I was sitting here looking at this thing, going, "This is so stupid. It's funny."
Yeah, no, I like it. Anyways, JM.
Anyway, let's hear. There's the pink R2D2.
Okay, so we attended Cleveland on September 24th. Then the next weekend, which was just this past weekend, we went to the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo, which was a 2-day event, October 1st and 2nd. And Mike and I only went to day one.
So did she have a special name, John? Would they call her like R2Q2 or something? Or
I don't know, but this guy right here is controlling.
Yeah.
Can you see my pointer?
I can.
Yeah, that guy was the guy controlling him. But anyway, it wasn't actually in Pittsburgh. It was in a Pittsburgh suburb called Monroeville. So that's where
which is where Dawn of the Dead was filmed.
Yep.
Yeah. Parts of it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, again, I'm just taking some random shots here. They got a lot of older.
Oh, what's that in the front there? Now I gotta look real close. Is that a Telstar? Yeah, what's that thing?
That's
Radio Shack.
That's a Radio Shack.
It's a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the Amiga something GS that came out. It was Amiga's console. They released a console right there on the left with the pastel circles on it.
Yeah, that one.
That's interesting.
I've been looking for that.
Oops.
Well, now you see it.
Yeah.
Like I said, they got some other, like I said, just some random. There was an I don't know what that Odyssey. It was an Odyssey.
The top corner. I had one of those as a child.
It's like just a Pong game.
It's a 5,000. Yeah, I had a 3,000.
Yeah.
As a child.
And then this is Retrograde Gaming and Collectibles. They're located in Monroeville. They have a storefront. They were there.
Have we been there?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
They're supposed to open. Well, they just opened, right, John?
Well, they reopened after. They were open when they were before COVID, and then they closed, and then they reopened. So,
what's the price on that Zaxxon behind that Pac-Man? That right there that's a Zaxxon with the thing ripped off. Yeah, you can't really see with this guy's stickers, but that's a Zaxxon. Those are a little harder to get. The one right behind the Pac-Man.
Which one are you talking about, Mike?
The one next to the Five Nights of Freddy. Between Champ. That's one. A Zaxxon. Those were actually in the The Donkey Kong Juniors are hard to get.
Oh, look, there's the Spy Hunter I wanted right there. See?
There you go.
But I didn't pull the trigger on it.
Oh,
I should have.
yeah, there's a mappy next to it.
Yeah. It's a monitor.
A vintage monitor. There you go. It's a Magnavox monitor.
Magnavox monitor. This was he had a lot of nice. He had some nice Coleco stuff there.
He actually has a couple of nice Intellivision things. Those red games are pretty nice.
Yeah. No, they Millie had a lot of good Intellivision stuff, believe it or not. And then this was the voice thing for the Odyssey.
Oh, Mike, you didn't pick that up, huh?
Oh, it's expensive. Wasn't it like $200 or $300?
$350. Hey, I can get you one cheaper.
This guy had stuff, but it was so expensive.
He wanted $350 just for the voice thing.
I could have got one at the Cleveland one for $100 and some dollars, but it was a little beat up. Is the reason I didn't get it. It was all scratched up.
I paid $90 for mine. Didn't come with the box, and it came with a system and a bunch of cartridges.
Yeah, no, I'd like to get one, but I want it to be like in good shape.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. But that's not worth $350.
This guy had a bunch of his stuff all wrapped up.
And that's what I mean. People are like skyrocketing the price, and it's getting out of hand.
Look at that Aquarius.
And you see that TI 99 there? I bet you the sticker says it's real expensive. I got mine for $40.
How much? What's the sticker on that Aquarius? Just out of curiosity, are you able to zoom in on that? Probably not. No,
75.
That's not bad.
That's about what I paid for mine.
I remember. Hey, Mike, that TI 99 was 100.
Yeah, and I got mine for 40. So you know.
Yeah. And there's that one that Mike took a picture of there.
Guys are back.
It says Solstice.
Yeah.
And you notice he's got his med kit there.
I saw that.
That was pretty neat. They have their own like club.
Yeah.
Now I wonder why that thing is pink.
I don't know.
Yeah, just they don't get sued or something.
somebody wanted to make a female version of it because the other one's technically a male. I mean,
so that thing in the front. That thing in the front is a foot. Okay, sorry.
I think I see a camel toe on that one.
Oh, he went there.
I really didn't want to have to go back and edit it.
Yeah.
You with me, you got to edit.
Yeah. You know what though? I have to say I kind of pushed him a little there.
Halo Classic.
That's okay.
Guys, we should have went to the Halo Classic in Atlantic City, or is that next year? September. It had to be next year.
I guess next year.
Yeah,
I hope next year.
Or we missed.
Unless it's an old thing. I don't know.
Maybe it's an old picture.
AMC, you're up for a road trip next year?
Maybe. I'm a Halo fan.
My dad would pay the shit out of that. Maybe he'll go too.
Yeah, we'll do a road trip.
Ghostbusters.
Still alive.
That's a small marshmallow man.
Got some. Yeah, he's a small one.
Or maybe that guy's just real big.
That was the.
It's a reverse reality.
These guys are doing a podcast and then doing some 3D printing.
Oh, look at that. They're buzzing. See, we need a cool sign in the background. It says Nerdin or something.
Sounds like something you do with your pants. I nerd myself.
I nerd it myself. Yeah, I got that same fan that guy's got up there. Oh, look at that. It's little dolls.
And like I said, just some random stuff,
Yeah, some pictures.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I just wanted more cartridges. And
that's kind of what I would have been a little disappointed to see toys if I was.
I think this would have been a wasted trip for you to come all the way up here for this one. No, Cleveland one would have been worth it.
They had some nice 3D printed stuff too there.
They did.
Yeah.
She-Hulk's an interesting show.
Hey, were the T-shirts any better this year?
Hey, anybody know this? Is this a from Star Wars?
It's the Millennium Falcon.
That's a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it just has like one game on it, I guess, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Looks like a very happy Millennium Falcon. There, I said it in a way that isn't bad.
No, it's so bad.
some more 3D.
Very
printed
happy Millennium
Jeff.
Falcon.
Cool.
There was a guy print.
That's
He
a
prints these
big
giant.
Pokemon game.
He prints these. These are giant cartridges. He prints.
Yeah.
They
Also,
look kind of neat. Something to
They're
hang
just
on
for
the wall.
they're just for show. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? You can't plug that into your Game Boy?
unfortunately, no.
That thing was
Or
like
you plug your Game Boy into that.
that thing. Hey, Mike, that was like 8 inches wide by 12 inches high.
It's big, a lot bigger than your Game Boy.
I like
And then they had one for the Switch.
Switch.
I wonder if that one tastes funny.
There's Mike.
Right,
He's
tastes
going
like-
after this Commodore 64 stuff.
That's where he brought his broken one. Right there. And the guy
That
is
is-
watching.
that
The
is-
guy.
that's
Look
where
at the
I
guy.
bought
That is-
the
that's-
broken one.
Look at the guy
That is
watching.
where he got it from.
Look
That
at the guy watching. He's going. He's going to buy that broken one. Watch.
That's probably what he was saying.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the look on that guy's face.
Don't worry, I didn't pay very much for them.
Yeah, but look at the look on that guy's face. He's really
Look at
thinking
that.
you might be stealing there.
Well, no,
Ender.
he was surprised. I was the only one all day that asked him about Commodore 64.
Ender 3, man, printing some shit.
Ender 3.
Then there was a video area.
Okay.
There weren't these many arcade cabinets last year. Remember, it was all.
No, they had a lot
They had a
more
whole
this year.
room.
Yeah.
They had a whole
Well,
room.
you remember last year, the whole room, there was the band, and then there was the consoles, which, by
That's
the
a
way,
good picture.
Master Sword played there this year, and they are a very well-known metal band. The girl singer, Master Sword, they were there.
If I wouldn't have had my son with me, I would have probably stayed longer, but I knew
They
he
had all the different console
Yeah,
games
there's-
there you could play.
Well, there was Laura Croft. Isn't that who she's supposed to be?
you may be right.
Either that or Tifa from Final Fantasy.
Could be.
There's another.
Well, they had all the retro gaming systems
Hey, there's
here.
Kevin. Kevin!
Yeah,
That looked exactly like him from behind, too, didn't
it did.
it?
Probably playing competition. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to ignore you.
Hey, there's Matt.
Oh, there's a Vectrix. There was a Vectrix there. You saw
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, they had everything set up, Mike.
Yeah, there was a Vectrix. You don't see many of those.
Just stolen it.
Do you have that picture of that little portable TV with the game on it? They had a little portable TV with a game on it. It looked pretty
Hey,
cool.
there's Matt.
That does look like him.
Pinball. There's a pinball section there. Which one?
No,
you
they-
got?
Flash Gordon.
They had a lot of video arcade games. I was impressed. with
Flash
that.
Gordon saved every one of us.
Yeah.
You talking about this one, Mike?
Wait, there was one.
No, I was talking about on the table.
This
It
was kind of a cool
That
game
was-
there. I don't know.
That was there last year, remember? That was real cool.
Was it?
Yeah.
Then this is that club they have, the International Star Trek Fan Association.
Nice. I did. I printed a bunch of props for one of the ones in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Then they had a bunch of tabletop and board games. This whole that to the right of that curtain, the whole way back was all them people playing board games and tabletop games. Like, look at that.
Is that like Monopoly?
Well,
Hey,
any kind of board game,
no joke. Monopoly for the Sega Master System is one of my favorite games.
And this is
That's
This
Mortal
is-
Kombat. Paul Niemeyer.
Paul Niemeyer. Yeah,
Yeah, he was at Korg's.
yeah, he was there signing autographs.
Who's he showing? Like he's got his communicator open there.
Hey, this is Millie's stuff here. This is all in television.
Who?
Millie.
Yeah, who?
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 You know.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I don't know. Do you need any of those, John?
I don't. Do you want me to look through them all right now?
Yeah.
Run down
That-
there.
The white burger time is interesting.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm pretty sure I have all those.
Yeah.
All of these.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do too.
I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
Maybe
Mm.
maybe Vectron. I might not have Vectron, but I'd have to check.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that was his Intellivision
About
stuff
100 of
there.
them.
He had more. There's more. There's his Coleco stuff. He had a bunch of Coleco.
Yeah. If there's a minor 2049 in there, it's broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think he had any.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that.
It's the
one.
one with the label ripped off.
Yeah, he ripped the label off. It's a mystery cartridge.
It's a
But
mystery.
he had some ones that were decent labeled, that are
Yeah, he has
better
some nice-
labels.
Oh,
than
that
what I
one
had.
ladybug on the top I know is broken because that's the one I sent him on a trade. I remember that
Really?
label.
The one on top left?
Yeah, the one on top left. Yeah.
How can you tell?
It's because of the way it's bulged out on the bottom. That's what I can tell. Because I had to make sure I didn't keep it, because when I sent it to him, it was a trade, and he was like, I don't care if they work or not. So I know as a fact that one didn't work.
There it
This
is.
whole there's an actual guy in there, obviously.
Was it a guy or a girl, John?
That whole thing was 3D printed.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's a lot of
The whole thing.
That's a lot of printing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the gun was 3D printed.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I think that's all I have. Yeah.
He did 3D print his pants. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That is all I have. I will
it.
stop sharing.
That's awesome. That's some good pictures.
That is.
Wish I would have went. We would have had fun.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
even though I was sick, that last night that MC was here, we still had a fire and we still drank a bunch of beers and stuff, which probably is why the next week I felt like crap. But
That's why Sunday morning he wasn't feeling so hot.
oh, I was. It wasn't even hangover. It was like whatever in my ear up into like the front of my forehead was just ringing, and it was bad times. But hey, speaking of 3D printing,
Yes.
yeah,
Rep.
Ruh-roh, George.
don't you have something for us?
I do. I have a couple of things to chat about. I'll actually steal the screen here for a minute.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't bring anything bad up.
We're gonna have to get you to meet us at the next East Coast Rep
Well,
Festival.
we were talking about what's Korgs next year.
So you guys can see Thingiverse now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let me talk about what's going on. So I think everybody knows that I do a lot of 3D printing. Mainly what I do is props and stuff. I did some stuff as we were talking about for a Star Trek group, a bunch of phasers and communicators, and I've done some Han Solo things. But one of my friends, he's into it. He's printing things commercially now. So he just upgraded his hot ends. And if you know anything about printers, and I actually have show and tell. If you know anything about printers, this right here is a hot end for a CR10 V3. And the way this thing right here sits in there is your filament comes through here, it melts, and it comes out on whatever your design is. So on the CR10 V3, this is the actual motor and the extruder, and this literally sits like this on top of it. So this is a pretty big piece, right? So your filament comes in through the top, looks like weed whip if you're not familiar with 3D printing. But we know all our audience is familiar with technology. So this thing here prints through, it gets hot, it prints out there. Okay. So what he sent me, and this thing weighs a little bit, what he sent me is a replacement for this big piece right here. He sent me the version he's not using. This right here replaces that entire thing. All this. Can you guys see the difference there?
Yeah.
This thing weighs practically nothing. It's got the extruder. So you basically have to 3D print the bracket to go on it, and then you redo your fans. When you do all that stuff, it looks a little bit bigger. But this is my project for next week, is put this in place of what I showed you. And this right here can print, since it's direct drive. This other one is too, but this thing right here should be able to print some of the more exotic filaments, like the TPU, better than what I've already been doing. Because I've been printing some of the replacement ColecoVision parts, and that has to be flexible. My old system will do it, but with what he sent me will do it better. And these things right here, let's see if I can actually show you. This right here is this extruder that I had. So this is it up close. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool system.
Yeah.
Mike Hartman, if you're watching this, thank you he sent me 3 of them. So, but he's no longer using them. He ended up, the one he bought, let me see if I can actually show you the one he bought. He bought a fairly expensive one. He bought this Revo one. There it is. It's not $27. Now we got music. I hate that. All right. So this is the one he bought. It's normally 140 or 150. But this is what he replaced it with, is this thing. Tell me that thing doesn't look just cool. But I have a wife that will say, no, you're not spending $150 on your printer. So again, I was just happy he sent that. So to anybody that's kind of new to 3D printing, one of the things I will show off is I think everybody is familiar with Thingiverse. You can search for anything like, let's say you want to print your own ColecoVision cartridge.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to print your own ColecoVision cartridge. Well, one of the cool things, let's say you bought one of those little arcade machines that we saw. You can actually print replacement covers because those covers broke. But like the ColecoVision cartridge, boom, here it is. Somebody actually did a shell. So what's cool is for your own for your own personal use, you could 3D print a shell, which I actually did one. This right here is actually 3D printed and that. So anything up here, you can pretty much download. The only thing that they say is with this thing is you can't use it for commercial use. Another site that I'm getting a kick out of. So I think, you guys have all heard of Joseph Prusa, right?
Yep.
He's got his own site now for doing 3D models, and he's doing a better job with it than Thingiverse. Actually, I've seen Thingiverse do a few things to try to catch back up. But let's say you wanted to print some Pac-Man ghosts. So when Mike does his room, with all his game systems, he wants to do these.
Yeah.
So all the stuff up on these two sites are free. Are free for your personal use. I actually may have to print these. I haven't seen these before. Those look cool, don't they?
Yeah. I was gonna tell you about. I didn't know if you knew about the Prusa site. I was gonna mention it.
Yeah, he called it something else for a while. It was called like Prusa's Printables, but he wanted to separate himself from that. Yeah. One of the other sites is Cults 3D, and Cults does have pay-per-view. Here's this. Look at this. It's the cartridge again. So, and here's the exact same one. So you'll find some duplicates on these, but it's always by the same author. Yeah. But like one of the things I pulled down is I'm a huge fan of the movie Psycho. Psycho. Somebody did the Psycho house. They did a really good job of it, but it was like $8. I want to say. Maybe I got to type in house. So, but this one again, this one right here, some of it you do actually have to buy. And as you can see, their search engine isn't quite as nice. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I just had to go down. I paid $6.50 for it. But like I said, some of these you do have to pay for.
Yeah.
This one's a little slow tonight. Normally Thingiverse was, but again, I think that this one here is actually a candy bowl. So we are talking about Halloween. So maybe you want to print one of those for Halloween. So assuming if it ever comes up and shows you this, you can kind of see it there. But they're definitely having some issues tonight. So, but that's I just want to show that off. We do a lot. We do a lot on this podcast with retro gaming and stuff. Yeah. And there's other technologies that we can use with our retro gaming fun stuff. Like printing replacement pieces for our ColecoVisions, for our Ataris. Mike, the Odyssey that you bought, I bought one that the little black pieces were actually missing, the little black knobs on it. And you can actually, if you search for, I think it's under Video Pack, I actually printed those off for somebody. Oh, we're seeing all kinds of cool stuff, but nothing Video Pack, right? Now I see something I want to print. Look at that. That would be
my.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I printed something like that, but there you go. But that doesn't have anything to do with Video Pack, but which is what the Odyssey was called overseas.
Moving, yeah.
But yeah, you can. There's pretty much a lot of the stuff that you would need for your game systems. You can 3D print. So if this is something you want to see more about, or please let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, do you know about my mini factory too?
I do. I don't find a lot of good stuff on that one. These three are probably the ones I search for the most.
Yeah.
It just, again, it's Thingy was having some issues for a long time. And they seem to have caught up.
Yeah. They were having trouble with you could never, like, it was taking forever to download stuff.
Exactly. But yeah, here's the knobs. Here's the knobs, Mike. There you go.
Huh.
So I printed those actually in flexible filament.
Yeah, I'll have to download it and just keep them in case I ever break them.
Yeah. And these work perfectly. In fact, I probably made a comment in there. But yeah, I fixed an Odyssey and those were missing. It was like, oh, no, these right here work. But you print them in the TPU, so they're flexible. So cool.
Yeah, I'm still looking into printing some baby shoes with my TPU.
That guy at Micro Center walking by right when you said that, he lost it.
That was funny.
Print some shoes with those.
Oh yeah, no, the TPU stuff. The gentleman I mentioned, Mike Hartman, he prints masks with the TPU, like rubber masks.
Oh wow!
I'll have to see if we could actually get him on one time. Some of the stuff that he's printing, he now is doing laser etching and stuff with his 3D printers. He's bought the pieces to go on the actual printers to do that.
We need to think bigger. We need to get Josef Prusa on. We get him on he's in over in where are they located? They in Czechoslovakia
or is it
Slovakia?
Is he German? I forget.
Czech Republic.
Where is he from? Where is Prusa from? Is it Czech?
He's Czech. I think he's Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, yeah.
That's a smart guy. His printers are pretty nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
They're expensive. You're definitely getting what you're paying for.
There was a guy at the Pittsburgh Retro one. He was printing stuff with the Prusa Mini.
I went with the Creality ones. The Creality have caught up a lot. In the beginning, they weren't really that great.
I have an Ender 3 Pro.
Yeah. Now the Enders are decent. I've got two CR10 V3s, which these are the ones that are going to get the upgrades, and then I've got an Ender 5 Pro.
Okay.
And I just put a all metal hot end on it. Somebody asked me to do a review of that, and I was like, yeah, okay, I will. And actually, that has helped that printer a lot. One of the things I didn't mention is there's a guy, if you ever get any of the Creality printers, there's a guy named Nick, and he's up on Facebook. Here, I'll go back and I'll share his page real quick. Make sure I close the one I was in. But let me come back in here. So if you ever get a Creality printer, there's a guy by the name of Nick. I forget Nick's last name, Nick Wilson. There I go. He's in Australia. But he takes the firmwares and he actually compiles them and where it supports some of the extra features that you might have. Because one of the things, we're tech guys. You know, people are definitely. Actually, I'm not sharing. Now I am. We're all tech guys. Here we go. Now I got Nick up on here. One of the things that you find is firmware upgrades and stuff for computers, for 3D printers. They're all out of date, right? And with the Marlin firmware, which is what Creality uses, that's constantly evolving. So people like Nick are taking it and recompiling it with like the filament sensors on it, with the BL Touch, the leveling stuff on it. This guy right here has done a phenomenal job. I can tell you he has saved me tons of work having to compile my own firmware. And you can see on here just some of the things he's got. But if you look at his file section, the firmwares that he's doing are amazing. But you can see he's doing it with like what you said is you have an Ender 3 Pro. He has firmware out here for it. And you should probably be looking at that, JC. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to have all the latest fixes in it. It's going to be much newer than your dear friends at Creality have up on their website. So
what's his it's Nick Wilson.
Nick Wilson, but the group is called Nick's Creality 3D Printer Firmware and 3D Printing Support.
Wait, leave that up here for a second, Mike.
I will.
I want to Nick's. Oh, there it is. Nick's Creality.
Yeah,
he has it in Discord for you.
It's in Discord, but we'll put it on the notes.
Yeah,
yeah,
I see it here. Yeah,
yeah. And I can invite. It's like I said, John. I know the one printer you have. This right here would be perfect for you. It's going to have a lot of good stuff for you. So highly recommend it. I think he's doing a Patreon now. It's like $1 a month or $2 a month. If you want to kick back a little bit to him, let him get what do they drink down there? Coopers. They don't drink Foster's down there. They actually drink Coopers, I think is the beer they drink. Foster's is kind of
it's the export.
Yeah, it is. It's brewed in Albany, Georgia, is where it's brewed now by the Oil Can Brewing Company.
Makes sense because I always buy actually It's the Foster's Bitter that comes in the green one instead of the normal
The
one,
ale.
blue. The bitter, I actually like the bitter ale. It's good.
Oh, it's better than that. The lager is not very good anymore. It's definitely, the formula is definitely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to kind of taste like a Canadian beer. Now it kind of tastes like squirrel pee.
I will say that the oil cans are kind of fun though.
Oh yeah, when I was in college, when I got sick, when I got a cold, the remedy was always 2 shots of NyQuil in an oil can. Your teeth would be green and you'd be happy and you'd be passed out. It was great.
I love NyQuil.
Yeah.
All right, everybody in here has a NyQuil problem.
Woohoo! And look what I started. It is Halloween month.
This is Halloween.
8 more days to Halloween.
Wasn't somebody, weren't the young kids doing something with NyQuil and alcohol? They were mixing it together and something.
Is that a Four Loko?
It was on TikTok. So it was a bad situation.
I mean, to be fair, you have to drink a bunch of NyQuil and a bunch of booze to really, really have something.
Yeah, but when I take one full little cup of NyQuil, man, I'm out for the night.
Yeah, but you're also you're 90. You're not 18.
Wow.
Hey, I have another 25 years to go.
Well, you're gonna outlive me, so.
Yeah, it's because of all the NyQuil.
Hey, John. At least I won't need a liver transplant.
No. Well, you might with all that NyQuil you're taking.
Yeah.
Wow. Now we're getting off base here now.
Yes, once again, we did that an hour and a half ago.
We started off base. We were talking about baseball. Speaking of bases,
talking about baseball.
Wait a minute. This
but we have a theme song now. We've accomplished a lot.
We do, and I think we're at the end anyways, right? Like I'm good on topics.
Yeah.
What time do we start?
Yeah, it's been an hour.
Couple hours, yeah. Well, we've got just so everybody's aware.
We started closer to 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah. No, it was like 20 after.
Yeah. But just so everybody's aware, we are doing other podcasts now.
Yes.
I'll let JC talk about it real quick, but I want to make sure we cover that because we're trying to branch out a little bit and be a little bit more come up with some kind of cool things.
Yeah, these are
techy.
And a couple of these were my ideas that I forced on everybody, but everybody else in here is more than welcome to come up with their own as well. But we do have that's not slated yet, but I'm hoping to get at the end of the month. And I know I said this last month, but we are going to have the Crime and Tech podcast coming up. We do have Play or Nay, which is brand new, and it's actually going to be recorded for the first time next week, which is going to be like a short 15 to half an hour podcast that just talks about a piece of software, hardware, or game that got a bad rap. And is it really that bad, or is it okay? Maybe we can talk about the ET game. That would be a good one for that, even though the Angry Video Game Nerd actually did one years ago about it.
Everybody's done one about that game.
It's been done, but
yeah.
So I'm going to.
It hasn't been tech-ageed.
Right, but I'm going to try to avoid ones that have been done a lot. So ET might come a little bit later on. But we have some ideas for the first one. We also have the games of the month that we just did last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week,
where it's a 30-minute podcast where we just talked about what we were playing that month, retro, new, anything, and then on top of that, we have the flagship podcast, which isn't. I know we've been talking a lot about retro gaming on here, but it's not just retro gaming. If you go back to last year and the year before, we talked about every kind of tech. You guys, I mean, you JM and MC will remember when I had the Gatorade strips that were for testing your sweat. Do you remember those little strips that were made by Gatorade? You put them on your arm and it was going to test you.
Yeah.
I bought those and I just found them in a box the other day. They're right there. I'm going to do it before it gets too cold. I'm going to sweat and test them out. I hope they still work. I bought them, but we never got around to testing them and talking about testing them. So, but we used to talk about all kinds of stuff on here. So maybe we'll push more back in that direction since we've the first half of this year to 2/3 of this year was all about gaming.
That's because I came on board and we all got excited.
Well, even
The
before
40th.
before you came on, we were getting
It's the 40th anniversary for ColecoVision.
and C64,
which we never really did, but
yeah, we never did really talk about that.
50th for Atari. 50th
which I might have
Atari.
something to talk about that later in the year. So,
well, how much later can you get? We only have 2 months left.
Well, you got to get that Wizard of War working.
I'm gonna buy something here soon. So,
Oh wow,
I'm looking to buy something.
you're buying a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I gotta slow up.
Yeah.
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
be
say
broke.
that.
That was the only good thing about being sick is I thought I wasn't going to spend any money, but then I bought stuff off eBay. So what does it matter?
At least you got a Mac.
I did, and I'm putting emulation on there. The Mac DOS box is the best one. The front end that's on that, I think it's called Boxer. That's the best front end. The Windows version doesn't even come close. Whoever made that for Mac which is funny because it's DOS.
Yeah.
They're on Mac, but doesn't even come close. But anyways, I guess we might have some more podcasts coming in the future if anybody else comes up with ideas. I know we turn around something to do with like ColecoVision because we talk about ColecoVision a lot. Maybe like I don't want to give away the name in case somebody else steals it. But I don't know. We have some more stuff coming, so stay tuned. I'm sure it'll be more content that'll piss everybody off like everything else we do. So,
But at least we're all wearing pants.
I mean,
We should all stand up to prove it.
I just sat back down like don't make me get back up yet. It's hard. It's rough.
Well,
Anyways,
Hey, tilt your camera down, John. There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
la, 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 la.
I see pants.
I have gym shorts on actually.
Ugh.
Does Jim know?
I don't leave my house. I always wear gym shorts. What I'm wearing right now is what I wear every single day of my life, except for I change and bathe sometimes.
It's like he does a podcast 24 hours a day.
It feels like it, honestly.
Some of these to edit probably take that long.
The uncensored one did. That's never happening again. I think I said to MC one night. I don't know if it was jokingly or if I just said it off the cuff, but I'm like, if we ever do something like that again, I'm not even going to edit it.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of did that with the Fedora Man one.
Which it was uncensored, so I shouldn't edit it anyways. But there were some things in there that we probably would have angered some people that we don't want to anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't mean anybody that we've talked about tonight. I just mean like in general, there were people that we talked about that we've never even talked to that we don't want to make mad, obviously.
Right.
Because they've done nothing to us, but we joke and people don't take jokes the way
that's the thing. We just joke around and people get offended all the time.
Anyways, I guess we're at the end here. So MM, you brought us in, so why don't you take us out too?
All right. Well, everyone, you've been listening to the Techagy podcast. Sorry?
Forgot the name.
Forgot the name. No, I remembered the name. I even remember Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Charlotte.
I still prefer Ohio. Don't tell people. I don't want people.
All right. Okay. So the Techagy podcast from Ohio, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. We just need to get somebody out in California or somebody out in the West. But hey, if you like what you're here listening to, or you just don't simply hate it, or we haven't offended you or something, even if we have offended you, click that like button down below. Let us know you at least listen to us. If you have any comments, questions, critique, please feel free to leave that in the comments. We would love to hear what people are thinking.
Trash us in the comments. I won't delete comments.
We don't get offended, so
no, we don't get offended. We'll just talk about you the next podcast.
Oh, we will.
But as we end this podcast, we're going to end it. Should we end it with the theme?
Well, I'm gonna put the theme in.
You're gonna dub the theme in.
Yeah, so we can do what we normally do if you want to try.
Well,
I say we do it in slow motion.
Well, I mean, I can try to play it.
Did you take NyQuil? Is that why you want to do this in slow motion?
He's having a stroke.
No, the end. Let's go.
He took too much NyQuil and he can't say it at normal speed.
Yeah, you're gonna want to take NyQuil after listening to us try to
I
sing.
feel like I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
All right, stay. I guess. Wait, are we doing it? Stay nerdy, my friends.
Yes. Let's do it.
You already did it. You just did it.
Well,
that's it.
That was
it.
Let's say 1, 2,
that
3.
it?
Well, we're gonna dub it over. We should all just yell it at the same time, anyways.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Wait,
1, 2, 3.
Stay
nerdy, my friend.
Nerdy, my friends.
That might be the best one we've ever done.
I speeded it up to 1.5.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Awesome. Great. Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
That's
everybody.
it. Thanks, everyone.
Been fun.
See you, everyone.
Been fun.